waiting for it to
Okay.
start. But anyway,
It's live now.
yeah, we are live now. Live from New York. I think I'm going to change.
It's rebooted.
It's rebooted. Live from West Virginia and Ohio. It's rebooted.
The best West Virginia, Ohio podcast in the world.
I was going to tell a joke, and then I couldn't think of one. Do you know any good jokes?
My 8-year-old told me one earlier. He says, "Oh no, they're after me! They're after me!"
Yes, and?
Then you're supposed to say who is
Oh,
after
who?
you.
Who? I'm sorry. I'm a bad straight man.
The squirrels. They think I'm nuts.
That's good. Never heard that one.
And there was another one too that he told me I can't remember. They're way better at remembering jokes than I am.
I can't remember jokes. And the ones I do remember are like from now when I was 8.
Yeah.
So
I
not that funny.
Busted up laughing today, and I'm probably gonna go to hell for it. We were at my mom's church, and it was an outside service. Everybody was like in lawn chairs and stuff. And we're in north central Ohio, so it's pretty much all white people. And we're sitting like in this woods, and then there's this cross like implanted in the ground, and the pastor's like, "Everybody raise your hand so we can pray for this kid that was up there talking that he's going to go to college or whatever." And everybody, I mean, most of them raised their left hand. But I swear to God, it looked like they were doing Heil Hitler.
Oh my God.
And it was horrible. I busted up laughing so hard. I had tears streaming down my face. My mom was like pinching me to get me to stop. I kept on like snorting, and people were like turning around and looking at me, and I just had tears rolling down my face. And my 15-year-old was sitting like next to her, and he was using his right hand and actually doing Heil Hitler while they were praying, and it was really bad.
Tisk.
So not necessarily a joke, but it was still extremely funny.
It's situational comedy, and it's not funny to everybody, I'm sure, but still pretty funny.
Oh, I'm sure not.
It's a good troll. People don't understand trolling. A lot of things that are going on with the alt-right are done by many people not because they're racist, because they're doing it for the laws, because they control people.
Right.
And people don't understand.
I'm not racist at all, but it was super funny.
You know what I mean? I mean, like, there's a whole... People don't understand trolls at all. They don't understand why it's fun to troll.
Right.
But anyway, I've retired from trolling. They gave me a gold watch and everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you get like tenure for?
No, I'll never get tenure anywhere. But anyway, so welcome to Reboot It. And tonight we're joined by. Supposed to say your name.
Amanda Berlin.
You know?
Sorry, I was drinking.
Your name. You're drinking what?
Amanda Berlin. Info sister. Henry's hard soda. The orange stuff. It's like orange pop with alcohol. It's great.
Oh, that sounds great. It's got sugar in it.
I do have some bourbon to drink too that I got yesterday.
I'm drinking Diet Coke.
I'm alone drinking.
That's not good.
Sadly.
You should go back and look at your talk from B-Sides Nashville.
I should.
Alone drinking's not good.
Sure it is. When you know why you're doing it.
Sounds like you need to start listening to Hank Jr.
All right, off of my problems onto.
Looks like B-Sides London's coming up on June 7th in London, jolly old England.
I really want to go.
I'd love to go too, but I don't think I'm going to get to.
I am not for sure.
Really? You thinking about going to B-Sides UK?
One of these years.
No, not this year though.
No, not this year.
Circle CityCon, June 9th to the 11th. You going to Circle CityCon?
I will be there.
Yeah, the people down here in the 304 Geeks are talking about going, and they asked me if I want to go, and I said I'm saving up for the government shutdown that's apparently pending here in our state because the legislature can't come up with the damn
Right.
budget.
Right.
Besides Pittsburgh is on June 9th. I've never made it up for that.
Me neither.
About 4 hours from here, 3 hours.
I wish it was the weekend wish it was the weekend before because then I could actually go.
Yeah, it's the same time.
And I have a reason to be in Pittsburgh.
Really? What's going on in Pittsburgh?
Oh, one of my
Self-driving
friends is
cars?
there. No, I have a friend that's going to be there the second. Well, he's going to be there all week, but I was going to go hang out this next weekend, but that would have given me 2 reasons to go.
Besides Cleveland, June 23 to the 24th. You going to that? Too far?
I will be there too. I'm
Oh.
speaking there.
What are you speaking about?
So my talk is called Cyber, using the kill chain to actually accomplish something.
Cyber kill chain, huh?
So, yeah. So taking the cyber kill chain and taking all 7 steps and breaking down different attacks into what happens at each stage, and then breaking down defensive mitigations at each stage that you can do, and then also monitoring at each stage.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
That was the first place I ever
do not
spoke.
have it written yet.
Yeah, you probably need to go on that. The first place I ever spoke was besides Cleveland, and I've never made it back since then.
Oh.
Yeah, I have to do that.
You should go. Go this time. I have extra beds here.
At your house?
Yeah.
You mean we made you sleep?
I'm only like an hour away from Cleveland.
We made you sleep on the couch when you come to visit us. You're going to give us actual beds.
You do not want to sleep on my couch.
Why not? What's going?
You don't even want to sit
What
on
have you
my.
been done doing on it?
I paid. Well, nothing, because it's that bad.
Oh well. Yeah.
I'd rather use the floor.
Floor's probably got more support, that sort of situation.
Oh yeah. I bought this couch for $300 when I moved out of my ex-husband's house, and I slept on it for 3 months.
Oh, sounds fun.
And I'm 5'3", and it's too short for me.
Oh wow. Yeah, I would not fit on that couch.
Yeah, no.
Black Hat USA 2017. Trainings are July 22nd to the 25th, excuse me.
Coming up.
Conference July 26th to the 27th. You going to Black Hat this year?
There is a slim chance that I'm going to Black Hat this year.
My students are going, but I'm not going. They're going to be volunteers.
I went last year and volunteered. It was okay.
You tell me about that. Besides Las Vegas, July 25th
I will be there.
26th at the Tuscany Suites. Besides Las Vegas, besides LV.org, DEF CON 25. Wow. Quarter of a century.
Yeah.
We thought 20 was a big deal.
I know.
Are they going to do anything special for 25? Probably not. I don't know.
No. They moved hotels. Does that count?
Well, which hotel I don't even think I have it on here.
Caesars.
Caesars. CEACERS. That's not right.
CAESARS. I don't know. I have to type it. I'm not good at spelling things unless I type it.
Is it in the show notes? Let's do this.
I'll put it in the show notes if you want.
I think it's there already. So that's July 27th to the 30th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Cybersecurity World, June 28th to the 29th. Who the hell has another conference in the middle of DEF CON? Oh, that's people.
What kind is it?
The Cybersecurity World is at the same time as DEF CON. It's in Denver, Colorado. It's the
Nobody's going to that.
Apparently not. I think that Scott Lyons put this in the show notes. He and Josh Marpet, I think, are going to be speaking there.
Oh, okay.
DerbyCon 7.0, 7 years of DerbyCon.
Dude, that's in June, not July.
What's in June?
Cybersecurity World.
Well, we'll fix that, aren't I swear I didn't do that. Oh, look at that. I've got two things in June.
No, Cybersecurity World's in June. DEF CON's in July.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I teach college.
do your students correct you all the time too?
Not as far as you know. I just don't write things on a board or on a whiteboard because I know how bad my writing is and how bad my spelling is. It looks like someone just scribbled usually if I do anything. So DerbyCon is September 20th through the 21st for training, and conferences the 22nd to the 24th. The Hyatt Regency last year at the Hyatt. And I still don't have tickets.
It is. It's going to be bittersweet. Yeah.
Still don't have tickets. So I have a room, so I'm going to be going for LobbyCon.
Ticket.
Might
You
have
get
to
tickets last minute.
I'm volunteer for Hackers for Charity booth. Maybe that'll get me in.
Oh, yeah, that's possible.
I don't know. Also, CFP is open. I did submit a talk. I did for another talk, but I think I'm just going to do the one, or not do the one if it's not picked. Skydog Con, October 20th through 22nd. Embassy Suites, Nashville South Cool Springs, which is apparently in Franklin, Tennessee.
Oh,
Dave Ramsey's from down there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Down there in that area.
It's been a while since I've listened to him.
They took him off the radio here. And
really?
They replaced him with Clark Howard, which is not Dave Ramsey. And I know Dave Ramsey can get kind of Jesus-y every once in a while, but his advice is sound. His advice is sound.
It is. It is.
And,
I abided by Dave Ramsey stuff for a very long time.
I'm in baby step 2 right now.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That's the longest step.
I'm halfway through it because I got lucky. I got lucky.
I was all the way done. And for those of you that don't listen to Dave Ramsey, baby step 1 is what, $1,000 in savings.
$1,000 emergency fund. Yeah.
Yeah. Baby step 2 is snowballing your debt to get rid of it all.
Yep.
I actually made it through that step once.
Wow.
And then got divorced and had to start over. So
there'll always be setbacks. That's what sucks.
Yep.
Yeah, I made it about halfway through once before too, and something happened. I don't remember. Probably we bought a house, which Dave Ramsey would have said, "Don't buy a house till you can save for it." But stuff happened. Yeah. But I'm really kind of sad they took him off the air, but he's got a podcast, and you have to sort of listen to it to keep yourself pumped up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do. GERCON, October 26th to the 27th in Grand Rapids, Michigan. GERCON.com.
Pretty good conference too.
CFP is
one of my favorites.
Man, that's a long drive for me.
It's a very long drive. It's like 4 or 5 hours for me. So.
Well, Cleveland's 6 hours for me. Is that right? You've driven it recently. I also drive like an old lady.
Yeah, that's going to be 6 hours for you.
6 hours.
I drive really fast, so
6 hours to Cleveland, and then when we moved from Charleston, it puts another hour on the drive. But
right.
Yeah, because it's just a straight shot up 77. But
getting to Grand Rapids would be it's so difficult to get anywhere south, like through Ohio, going south to north.
Yeah,
sucks no matter which way you're going, unless you're going to like Cincinnati to Cleveland. That's the only straight shot through Ohio.
Yeah. Cincinnati's only about under 3 hours for us here.
Yeah.
And we're going to go end of June, I think, to the aquarium. We haven't been in a long time.
Oh yeah.
B-Sides Raleigh, October 28th. It's at the Wells Fargo IMAX Theater, which I thought was an interesting place to have a conference.
That is pretty cool.
bsidesraleigh.ninja.home.html is their website. bsidesraleigh.ninja. I used to have a .ninja address.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I let it expire because I did nothing with it. I bought the world's best fishing address. I'll have to tell you about it when I'm not on the air. I thought it was a pretty good get, though.
Yeah.
I got it for like $4.
I have a .club.
Yeah, I saw the .clubs.
Yep.
This is the
Because it was $1.
.us.com, so. Besides Charleston, always a good time. November 11th, College of Charleston, South Carolina. BesidesCharleston.com. HackerCon 8, the Ocho, November 17th to the 19th, South
Oh yeah.
Charleston, West Virginia. CFP opens on June 1st, which is just in a few days. So
Yes.
get your CFPs
I
ready.
will talk about whatever you want me to talk about.
Awesome. You can talk whatever you want to talk about. I need to come up with my
All
own.
right.
Come up with a talk for that. Since the only conferences I'm going to this year, but our aid, DerbyCon,
Are yours?
well, two of them are mine.
Yeah, your 2 conferences and aid. I mean, your 2 conferences and DerbyCon.
DerbyCon, yeah. But sorry, I'm lost. So I guess we can talk about some of these stories. Does anyone want to talk any more about WannaCry?
I only have one thing to say that I haven't covered anywhere else.
Okay.
So you have a link in the show notes about it hitting medical devices.
Yep.
I saw someone, cannot remember who it was or where I saw it or if it was a news article or what, but they were talking about how, good thing that the bombing didn't happen while the WannaCry was on the medical devices.
Right. Because in England, they got their hospitals shut down.
Right. They did. But, so my question or thought is that while medical record stuff is nice in regards to doing procedures and making sure, medication is not conflicting and stuff like that, there not only should still be downtime procedures to handle all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But you can still provide emergency medicine without.
Right. Well, was that the issue, or was
a
there
lot of their
actual
devices? Well, I think a lot of their devices are still going to end up functioning.
Yeah.
With being ransomware.
Right.
You might not be able to access the software, just so depending on what the software does. Like if you have to scope on the inside of somebody, and that device is ransomware, you're not going to be able to do that. But you're still going to be able to cut them open and do an invasive procedure.
You'll still be able to you should still be able to bandage them, give them pain medication, relief from pain. Yep. You can still stitch them.
Yep.
I don't know. I think there seems to be there was a lot of chaos involved with that. And I'm not sure if they freaked out and just shut everything down or what happened. But, the headline said that people weren't being provided medical care. So does that mean if you have an appointment with your primary physician, you went in to see them, you couldn't see them because, ERH was down? Or, I'm sorry, electronic health records didn't work.
Right.
EHR. But it almost seems like they were saying it was outside the scope of EHR. And I don't know what kind of records they have in the UK. Hi, Bear. So my cat's visiting me. He thinks I'm talking to him.
I heard him.
I don't know. It's a good question, but you're right. And you're the second person who said that to me in the last few days. Someone
Okay.
actually joked about it the day that joked about it, but made the remark the day it happened. I'm like, I'm not touching that 10-foot pole. All we need to do is start giving people ideas, you know.
Right.
Um, and then the word cyber war got bandied about. This is a cyber war, and people could have died, or could maybe people did die. Who knows? Yeah. Well, I don't think we've seen real cyber war,
No.
but you know, there's been 10,000 books written about cyber war and what it is and what it isn't. But
I'm sure a lot of the cyber war that's happened we haven't seen.
see, have you seen? I'm sure there's tons of stuff we don't see. I mean, the NSA is busy doing something. I know some of it's signal intelligence, but I'm sure a lot of that's defending critical infrastructure as well. We just don't hear about
Right.
it. So the attribution with this thing, we've heard everything from North Korea to the Russians, and most recently I heard it was China.
Those are all kind of in the
And
same geographical location too.
to what? I'm sorry.
You said all the way from North Korea to Russia, and they're pretty close together.
Well, they are. I'm just saying we've heard everything from North Korea to Russia. Well, China's not too far actually on that side, on the Asian side. But you know, is this another situation of shoddy attribution? Who's selling software? I mean, is it boiled down to?
Aren't most of them shoddy attribution?
Well, I've never seen good attribution. It's like the Sony hack. Someone asked about the Sony hack. Now, I'm talking about not the
Again?
the WallSec thing, but the Sony. Yeah, because I guess it came up because of this attribution for WannaCry, and this guy actually asked me on Twitter, you know, or it was probably a question just thrown out on Twitter, but I answered it. He wanted to know if InfoSec folks wanted to know if we thought it was really Korea that did the Sony hack.
Okay.
And I basically sent him the Mark Rogers blog post about all the reasons why it couldn't have been. I know Dave Kennedy was shown the evidence, and he said that it could have been anybody. And so every time we go for attribution, isn't this sort of like jumping to conclusions? Isn't this like someone was murdered, and we're just going to start blaming people?
Yeah, because not only that, like they weren't just murdered, but the actual murderer put things in there to, point to somebody else doing it.
Right.
They're trying to frame other people so they are not the ones being seen as doing it.
I think code reuse is.
I mean, I've had a lot where they've used, different kinds of evidence to point to, other entire countries.
Code reuse is flimsy at best.
Yeah.
And that's one of the key findings in a lot of these. I mean, this goes back to APT-28, the supposed Russian hack of the election, right? Or not of the election, but the DNC. And we won't go into the recent conspiracy theories that have come up about that. But even in that case, they were looking at someone who copied and pasted code. How often have you copied and pasted code? I mean, if it wasn't for copying and pasting code, Stack Overflow wouldn't exist.
Right.
So, I know it's just so flimsy, and we're making national security decisions based upon really crappy attribution. I think if you go into the halls of government and start talking about this stuff, they're just going to believe whatever Clown Strike or whomever it is making the attribution. And it wasn't 2 or 3 hours after this thing hit the news that I was receiving email from vendors trying to sell me software.
Oh my gosh.
I don't buy software anymore, but I saw a lot of like Defend your organization against WannaCry with our next generation flubbity dup. It's just criminal.
I had someone send me some song lyrics earlier about snake oil salesman. That was pretty funny.
There's too many people in this field, not in their field, but you know what I mean. It's not us that
Yeah.
worry about it. It's the
No, like
suits
the
that don't
lyrics
know
were,
what they're talking about.
well, the lyrics were actually regarding like televangelism
Oh, really?
and how like, televangelists and like the vendors in InfoSec are
The
kind
televangelists.
of one and the same.
They're selling hope. They're selling security. Who is it? Nickerson
Yeah.
says security is a feeling. They're selling the
Uh-huh.
feeling of security. And also, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, which is, of course, Mike Tyson. So, did you see this other one? U.S. hacker linked to fake maroon documents. So, there was this allegation that the Russians hacked the French election, right?
Oh, right.
And there was a dump, I believe, by WikiLeaks, and they found a bunch of fake
Yep.
documents that were basically planted there for attribution's sake. And there's all kinds of
Yeah.
different ways of doing that. There's some really cool stuff. If you've never read the book Offensive Countermeasures, the Art of Active Defense by John Strand and Paul Asadorian, or seen one of their talks, or have used their distribution, which is called ADHD, which is it's got a long title. Shoot. No, hang on, I've got to use Google.
Okay. Am I supposed to talk while you do
Yeah, I'll
that
do
so I
that.
distract the audience?
ADHD project. It's called the Active Defense Harbinger Distribution, and it's about not particularly hacking back, but basically allows you to bug your documents and a lot of other things, so that if someone does steal them and dump them, you can figure out
Oh,
where they
yeah.
came from. I'm
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
using this in a phishing test. The client does not want shells, just like real hackers do. Doesn't want shells on their network. They just want to see if someone opens a document. So we're going to do something similar using a web bug server and basically bug the document so they can get the internal IP address of whoever opens them, and that's basically how they want to do a phishing test. But ADHD is pretty cool. It's free. Um, if you want to go to adhdproject.github.io, you can see the complete documentation. It used to be a distribution. Now you basically install plain Ubuntu. I think they support 14. I have to go back here and look. Of course, I don't see it. It's on SourceForge. Where is it? This documentation. I just looked at this. They support only Ubuntu version 16.04 LTS and Ubuntu 15.10 32-bit. And what you do is basically you run a bash script which installs all this other stuff. The project is at github.com/ADHD project. I could probably put these in the show notes, but I'm lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. You did have to look it up already, so.
Yeah, that's true. I might as well. Let's see.
Oh, man, I didn't see the next one that you have on here. That breach at DocuSign? I didn't read about that.
Yeah, did you not see that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. I have a lot of documents up there.
A lot of people use it. A lot of lawyers use it.
It's a really nice service.
Oh yeah, it's a great service. I'm not sure what was leaked. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do two things at one time. I think it was just emails. Was it credentials as well?
It says, a part of our ongoing investigation, today we confirmed that malicious third party had gained temporary access to a separate non-core system that allows us to communicate service-related announcements to users via email. So probably just
Right.
emails of users. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Of course, this isn't that what everybody who gets breached says?
Yeah. I mean, some people just like give a blanket statement that's completely
Kitty.
way off.
Sorry, my cats are fighting. Looks like Chipotle got breached. Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw that too.
And
That's all right. I don't eat there.
um,
That's how I base all the breaches. Did I use that service? Ah, it's all right.
yeah, well, I do eat there, and it's kind of scaring me.
I'm still scared because the Arby's thing.
Did you
Because
ever have any issues with it?
I eat at Arby's every now and then,
Yeah.
and when they had their thing, like it's been less than 6 months ago, um, a third of their endpoints were infected with malware, and I know how long that probably took them to clean up. And if they aren't even done with it yet, I still refuse to pay for food with a credit card there.
I know what you mean. I mean, I'm that worried about Jimmy John's. I eat Jimmy John's almost every day when I'm at work because it's just easy. I don't have time to go.
And it's freaky fast.
It is fast. I mean, it's just too convenient. Um, and so, I'm like, if they ever get popped again, I'm going to be lots of trouble. Here's the
Yeah.
interesting thing about this one. The Chipotle breach. Did you want to? Are we done talking about DocuSign?
Oh yeah, yeah. We can be done with
In the
that
case
as
of the
soon as we
Chipotle
can.
breach, if you go to the actual website, they give you all this advice, and it's by state advice. So what happened here is that it looks like it affected point of sale systems at certain restaurants between March 24th and April 18th of this year. It was malware. Search for track data, et cetera, et cetera. But here's the weird thing. It's like if you keep reading and say protect yourself, and they give you the addresses for your credit report, including annualcreditreport.com. They give you an address for Federal Trade Commission, the addresses for fraud alerts, how to do a security freeze, and then it says if you're a resident of X state. And so in the case of West Virginia, I don't see one for Ohio. If you're a resident of West Virginia, you have the right to ask that nationwide consumer reporting agencies place fraud alerts in your file to let potential creditors and others know that you might be a victim of identity theft as described above. You also have a right to place security freeze on your credit report as described above. So when did vendors start giving advice on how to deal with breaches? You know what I'm saying? I mean, did you
Yeah,
pass out?
I don't know. Hmm.
Are you
What?
there? Are you okay?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you just got really
Okay.
quiet. So if you go to
Oh
this
no,
website,
you're.
huh?
Continue. Just keep going.
If you go to this website at the bottom, you can actually search by state and by city.
Really?
So in this case, my local Chipotle was affected from March. The possible effect dates are March 26th to April the 18th.
Huh. Yeah, I see that. I think all of them were that date.
See, that's how they get you.
Let me look. I looked in Colorado. Yeah, I'm thinking all of them.
So this is just a big bamboozle. So what's going on here
all
is
they did,
Chipotle.
all they did was list a drop-down list of where all of their stores were
Yeah. So this is a
and
PR
put the
stunt.
exact same date.
It's a PR stunt. It has to
Oh no,
be.
some of them have different beginning dates.
Okay.
Some of them are 324 and some of them are 325.
So is this good PR or are they trying to confuse the consumer?
That's good PR. They're trying to give them That's just good PR, I think.
But what's all this have to do with a credit card breach? Your card is breached.
What? Well,
Okay.
right.
And so
Do
you
they
got a
have
breach
anywhere in
card.
here that you should get a new card?
No, they don't. That's the whole point.
No. I'm just wondering, like in the recommendations, I haven't
I don't
seen
see it. To me, the
like
first thing you want to do is get a new card. So you call
the
your bank
credit
up.
freeze, and they tell you
Yeah,
what to do if you're in different states.
yeah, but just get a new freaking card. It's the easiest thing to do. And you might have to pay for it, but it's better than getting, you know, it's better than someone. I mean, it's track data. It's not like they stole someone's entire PII. They didn't steal enough
Right,
for
right.
like. There's not enough information
No, just get a new card.
for identity theft.
Yeah.
Just get a new card. Why do people have
Hmm.
to make it so complicated? So do you agree
I
with
want to know
that?
who the leading cybersecurity firm is.
I'm probably. I'm going to have to stop saying crap about cybersecurity firms. I'm going to get sued, but it's probably
You
one of the
are.
usual. It's one of the usual ones.
Yeah.
You know, all
Well,
the usual suspects. Round up the usual suspects.
for all of these and see if all of the cities were affected.
You're really into this.
Everyone that I've selected so far has been affected.
They're not going to list the ones that aren't affected.
I would
Okay,
hope
what?
they would.
I need you. Did you see
They
where?
would say like dates.
Did you see where CloudStrike was sponsoring a car and at the Indy 500?
No,
Yeah, Alonzo's
that's
car
interesting.
apparently. Yeah.
Oh,
So I need you to stretch because I got to pee.
oh, great.
So start talking. I'll be right back.
I'm just okay. Go ahead. I'm just gonna talk to myself. I guess this is what happens when you don't have any other co-hosts on here. Um. So yeah, I'm sitting here alone talking to myself. Must be what it feels like to be. I don't know. Are there any podcasts out there that have only one person and no co-host? Because boy, would that be boring. No guests. I'll probably end up having a lot of awkward silences. I think I can only talk to myself when I'm drunk. I really hope Bill's going to cut this part out. But I don't listen to it. You guys do. So I don't have to sit through it. We should have timed it. See how long it takes. Oh, I hear noises.
Huh?
That was fast, Bill.
Well, I'm a guy. I can stand up to
These
pee.
poor people had to listen to me talk to myself for like 30 seconds.
Could you hear like me peeing and flushing in a toilet?
Oh, I couldn't. No,
Oh man, I was kind of
I
hoping.
didn't really listen.
I'm gonna
I didn't really
take.
listen. You need to pee. You need to
I
pee
need.
louder next time.
Well, I'm just gonna take the headphones in there with me.
Oh, I could take my laptop into the bathroom with me. I'm afraid there'd be too many people that'd enjoy that.
Offended.
Or that, yeah. I mean, if they weren't already offended by me joking about Nazis, they are going to be offended about me peeing.
Well, I. We haven't cussed yet. We need to get the explicit fucking tag.
Right.
People don't listen unless you have
I
the
didn't.
explicit tag.
Oh, really? Is that
I
how it
think
is?
that's really how it works.
Is all like what makes it considered explicit? Like, is there like
No, I
FCC
don't think
guidelines?
there's no guidelines. If if there's like a cuss word more than damn, I'll flag it explicit. You can flag it
It's just
yourself.
your
Well, I guess that's what it boils down to is you don't really have to cuss. You just go ahead and submit it
market
with
is explicit.
the explicit tag, right? And then people
Yeah.
are like, "Man, there's some dirty stuff in here. I'm going to check this out."
Yeah. You're talking about our sex lives.
Yeah, it's really
Bill
exciting.
doesn't have one, just in case
I'm
everybody was
a
wondering.
53-year-old man. Someone make me a sandwich and get me some prune juice.
Yep.
So I tell you, I got this really weird email.
No.
It's from AT&T. Said I owed a ton of money, and I thought it was phishing. And then I looked at
Uh-huh.
my account, and for some reason, whenever I logged into my account, up until today, it was saying I didn't owe any money until I get this email, and all of a sudden I owe a ton of money. So I guess if you do get one of these emails, don't click on it, but you should go check it out. It's just really weird. Anyway,
Okay.
isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Well, it has like where you use your thumb in order to log in, and
Oh, really?
I'm like, sure, yeah. And I was like logging in, it was saying I didn't owe any money, so I don't know.
Now they have your fingerprint.
Oh man. Well,
Yeah.
no, AT&T's have my fingerprint. So
Phishing
one of the
site.
things I like to talk about, I didn't give it to the phishing site. I like to talk to my students is that we can talk about the OSI model. We can talk about defense in depth. We can talk about
Okay.
how antivirus doesn't work. We can talk about an internal threat. We can talk about user awareness
Antiv-
training.
hey, no. Antivirus works for what it's made for.
I agree. We can talk about all these wonderful things, but the worst part of doing either being in IT or working in security are the vendors.
Yeah. Being able to navigate their bullshit.
That's a big part of it. So, in your new book,
Yep.
which just came out, Defensive Security Handbook, which is an excellent
It
book
did.
and it's on sale on Amazon.com.
And
Check
it's
it out.
going so well.
Is it going well?
Yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Awesome.
There's actually there's a chick on Twitter. Her name's Roxy, and
Hmm.
she does like these book giveaway things.
Yeah,
And she said the last couple that she's done, the most requested book that people have wanted has been ours.
it's awesome.
Yeah, we're selling selling a little over 100 a week so far.
It's a good deal. I sold 100 of my
Yeah.
books last year. That was only because I require it for
You
class.
sold more than that.
But, yeah.
I point people to it all the time,
Well, thank you. I needs the money.
only because I'm in it.
I'm gotta get through baby step too.
I'm waiting for my check.
It takes forever because they got to pay themselves back. They have to pay all the production costs on the book, everything that they've done, like the copy editing,
Right.
production. And once they pay themselves back, then they give you money. And depending on
Yep.
how well
Yeah,
the book sells, it takes a time. It takes some time. They also have to make
our
back your
money is
advance,
like 3 months behind.
and they also have to make back your advance before they'll start
I
paying.
didn't get an advance.
Oh my gosh, you wrote this without an advance?
I did.
Yeah. I guess there's less skin in the game in case it all goes belly up. But
Yeah, and it's not like it's a sketchy publisher. O'Reilly's been around
O'Reilly,
forever.
never heard of them. I like their
Yeah,
auto parts. They've got some good auto parts.
they do. They do.
O'Reilly's Auto Parts. So you've got the O'Reilly conferences coming up.
It is.
It
It
needs to
is. They do do it
put that
in
on my
Manhattan.
put that on the old show notes.
Oh yeah.
So back to vendors. Let's talk about
Right.
vendors.
Ugh.
So what do you have to say about vendors? And it's in the book. So what do you say about vendors in the book?
What do I say about it in the
Are
book?
you okay?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
good. I'm just getting comfortable.
Oh, I was wondering.
I still have my clothes on just just to, specify.
The explicit tag.
Getting comfortable just means sitting back on the couch.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
Right.
So vendors.
So yeah, about vendors. We talk about third-party vendors and the kind of access that they have,
Right.
and also like vetting them for physical security access.
Right.
So, like, if you listen to any of Jason Street's talks, or oh shoot, what's his name? I can't remember it anymore. I'll
Charles
think about
Grodin?
it. No, Tim
Heidecker.
Nope.
Tim White?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Their talks about like physical security and stuff. No, Tim Roberts.
Tim Roberts. And Brent White.
And Brent White, yeah.
Yeah.
You had them getting married.
So
if you listen to their talks, a lot of their social engineering experiments plays on bad physical security that probably is lacking because of vendors or guests or whatever, right?
Right.
And so we cover a lot of like the process of what you should have in place to take care of those vendors. I don't think it was this podcast, but I know we were talking to somebody that said, yeah, I know. Talking to somebody that said that, oh no, I think it was the book club that I'm in. That's going over this book currently. That there was a place that the certain pen tester couldn't get into because their training for the people at the front desk and anybody that like interacts that is trying to get like if somebody comes and is trying to get information, they're trained to not answer questions. They're only trained to ask questions.
Okay. That's interesting.
Okay. So, somebody would come up and they're like, hey, I'm here to see so-and-so. Could you give me their number? Or I'm here to see, the president of this thing. I can't remember his name. And they're trained to not give out any of that information. They're only asked, who are you here to see? What is their phone number? What time are you here to see them? Blah, blah, blah. They are the ones asking the questions. And it was really helpful in that whole process of them not getting past the front desk.
Right. Interesting. It's like a challenge and a challenge.
Right.
Like multi-factor authentication.
But with the lady at the front desk.
Right.
We cover like placement of cameras and stuff like that too. But like for like vendors that are physically there on site, having things like badges that you can buy that void after so many hours. Right. So, if they have the badge and they're walking around and you see that it says void on it, that's another kind of visual clue that people could get. What else do we cover? Like if they have remote access for those third parties. Not just giving them access to everything. Because
what if they need access to everything?
No, they don't need access to everything. Like they should never have an SA password.
But they need
a database server. No, they don't. Argue with them.
Okay.
They need to prove there's a legitimate need.
What if they're doing their your VMware migration?
You're doing a VMware migration.
They have to check on it when it's done.
I say they still shouldn't have it. Have somebody that works there come type it in.
I have horror stories about third-party vendors and access to the point where this particular vendor had put back doors into an environment.
Oh, yeah.
To the point where I was ready to call the FBI. It was that bad.
Really?
Yeah. And this company continues to thrive. It does this thing to everyone. The other thing that we have locally is all the vendors locally use the same passwords for everything. So if you
Oh
ever
yeah, that's
learned one of
fun.
these passwords, you can log
Oh,
to
we had a
anything they
national vendor that
administer.
did.
That's crazy.
We had a national EMR vendor that installed, this software for doctors' offices all around the world, and they use Tomcat as the default password for
You
the
have
Apache database.
shitting me.
No,
Wow.
nope. And same company actually promoted one of our application servers to domain controller.
Nice.
Yep.
Congratulations. You got a
You
field
can't,
promotion.
yeah, and you can't prove who it is either because they have 5 million people in India providing support for the
Right.
software and only one login to get into your network.
Right.
Yeah, it
Um,
was great.
that's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah, well, these are all the things that happen with vendors, and some vendors are wonderful, and some vendors don't understand what they're doing. And
Yeah.
because most vendors
So
who are
that was
doing things like this are not in security, and even security vendors have their own bad
right.
habits. So,
And it's learning from that kind of stuff that made the book great, I think, because
yeah,
we
yeah,
had to
that
go
happens.
through all that shit. Like, oh, this happened to us. This should never happen to anyone else ever again.
I need to figure out. I don't remember any of those default passwords, but literally they used them everywhere, and they probably still are. Because it might come in handy during an assessment.
Like SASA is used a lot.
Essay.
SA. It's not the Spanish version either.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got all excited. I thought you were talking about the Spanish version. So, do you see
Nope.
the story Keylogger and Hewitt Packard audio drivers?
I did.
That about.
I didn't read it. I just saw it.
Well, we'll take a commercial break while you read it.
You talk
Except
about
I
it.
don't have any. I don't have any commercials.
Wait a minute. It's in German. Oh, no, it's not.
You can't read German.
I can't read German, and neither can my 15-year-old because he failed it this year.
I can read French and I can read Spanish, but I cannot read German.
Oh,
That's
well, this is nice.
that's pretty scary stuff.
It actually tells you where to look at to see if your HP has this keylogger.
Well, helpful, right? Who buys HP products
Yeah,
anymore? I'm sure
not
people
me.
do.
I had to.
When's the last time you bought an HP
I had
product?
to help my mom. Well, I had to help my mom pick out a laptop, and she's like, "Oh, look, these HP laptops are they're freaking cheap everywhere.
Because they have
Like you can get
keyloggers.
them from Walmart, and you can get them." Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I really, really tried to talk her into getting a Chromebook,
My mother needs a
but she ended up
Chromebook.
getting an Acer.
My
Yeah.
mother needs a Chromebook. She does nothing but surf. She does nothing but surf the net, and she has a 10-year-old computer, which is full of evil. And that's a good idea. I think I'll buy my mom a Chromebook.
Yep. They're like $200. I mean, you can get them at like oh shit, I can't remember the name of the website that has like
Amazon.
cheap tech. Oh,
Newegg.
nope, nope,
CDW.
nope, 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 nope.
Uh,
I'll tell you in a minute.
we're playing
Give me a sec.
charades.
Yeah, this it's late. I've had a few.
It's like it's 9:30. It's
Ignore
not
me.
late.
It's late for me. It's been a long day.
Let's see. You're like I can't remember the name for anything. Let's see.
I can't.
It's on.
All these links to my mom for getting computers, and now
And I'm looking. Oh shoot. Maybe I'm in the wrong tab. Promotions. Let me get it. Groupon.
nope.
Um.
I said it's just for tech. There's all three of the
Best Buy.
listeners are like screaming.
Huh? All three
into
win. All three
into the
listeners are screaming.
laptop, saying, "I know what it is. It's
Humble Bumble.
Monoprice."
Monoprice. Never heard of them.
What?
Never heard of them.
Monoprice.com.
Hang on a second. I gotta get there.
They got some good shit there. If you want cheap electronics,
I'm all about cheap electronics. Let's see.
if you want cables, if you want really good price cables, I always get my cables from Monoprice.
Shop categories. Now they're gonna owe me money. Shit. Where's
Like their
computers?
HDMI cables are super cheap, and
Gaming
yeah,
laptops. That's what I need. I really
lots of
need
stuff
a
there
gaming
super cheap.
laptop. $29. Oh, that's not. That's a mouse or something.
Yeah, and they have parts like you can build PCs and stuff like that.
They have
They
these
have
MSIs, which are good
just
laptops.
desktop gigabit Ethernet switch for $15.
That's crazy. They
Yeah,
have
it's a Monoprice brand.
MSI GE series, GE62 Apache Pro, gaming laptop, 6th generation, Intel Core i7,
Yep,
Windows 10 open box for $499.
not bad.
You have an Alienware for $699. Let's look at Chromebooks. I've had
Yeah, but that's
Chromebooks.
where the
I like
Chromebooks were
them.
$200.
I've liked my Chromebooks, but I just didn't have a use for them.
Mm-hmm. Like range
Chromebooks.
extenders. They have sound equipment too.
There's this Acer
Like I
Chromebook, which I've owned one of those. These are good computers. They kind of look like MacBook Airs, $179.
Yeah, that's what my Windows box is an Acer. I love it.
Wow, this is bad. I need to get to my
You're
next
welcome,
baby
everybody.
step. Now I want to buy everything. I'm gonna
Yep.
close this. I've never been
They
there,
have
honestly.
outdoor and cycling stuff on here. That's interesting.
Recycling stuff.
Cycling, like
Oh,
biking.
cycling.
Mm,
Like riding a bicycle.
yeah. Huh.
Well, I'm really hip, so I don't even ride a unicycle.
Oh, really?
That's a hipster thing. Growing a beard, riding a unicycle. So, let's see here. Sorry, I lost
I
track.
like mountain biking.
I need a bike. Our new neighbors own the local bike shop. I should go see him.
Do you want to go mountain biking with me? It's really fun when you go downhill.
Used to be a mountain biker. I was pretty avid, and then I gave it up. My knees are so bad. I don't know how well I could mountain bike.
As long as you're going downhill, you don't need to use your knees.
I used to have a
You
bike that
just have to
had
not crash.
quick release tires, and I was going
Oh
down a
yeah.
hill at like 40 miles an hour and realized they weren't on all the way.
Oh no.
It all turned out pretty well. It was pretty scary though. Those are really good for when you need to change the tire too. But I don't know what modern bikes look like or sell for. Everyone's into these road bikes again. I'm like,
I don't
yeah,
know why. I like mountain bikes, I like crossovers, so you can
yeah,
do both.
I agree.
Oh, sweet. I have some of the best friends ever. So I'm trying to. I suck at writing code, and I've been banging my head against this Python stuff, trying to use like um, uh, requests and beautiful soup and stuff to scrape a website
Yeah,
after authenticating.
yeah.
And I have somebody that's helping me with it, and
How's
just sent
Dave?
me like some test code. Huh?
How is Dave?
Oh no, it's not Dave. It's someone I met at Besides Nashville.
I'm kidding.
I did
Um,
talk to him about it yesterday, though.
well, one of the best scrapers out there is you can go look at the one in Social Engineering Toolkit because I've used it
Yeah,
before. I used it to move a
yeah, but
website one time.
I don't want just like a state. I don't want a stateful scrape one time. I want it to crawl the website through different user accounts. like different profiles.
That sounds complicated.
Yeah,
You make me feel
it's
like a
not
script kiddie.
too. No, it's not too complicated, or at least it didn't seem like it until I started. Um,
It's never
but
complicated when you start. What I need is something that does
like
X.
I've never written
When,
anything before ever other than like the simple copy replace Python script. And
everyone,
I had this
everyone
I had this idea.
who writes
Oh, go
code
ahead.
had to write the first project.
Yeah, yeah.
And I
So
can
that's
show
what
you
I'm
some
doing.
pretty scary, bad first projects.
Oh yeah. So that's what mine is. And not only is it a scary bad first project, I'm doing a talk on it
Oh,
on the 16th.
where is this?
So I needed it done. It's at 614 Con, but it's
Where,
sold
this
out. It's in Columbus,
in
Ohio.
Columbus? Oh,
Yeah.
I would like to have gone to
It's
that.
like a tiny it's like a tiny little thing at a bar.
Yeah, sounds like
Um,
fun.
you could be my plus one if you want to go.
Yeah, but Blair would want to go.
I wonder if they'll give me two. The guy that runs it seems to like me, so I could ask
Who
him
is it?
to.
Is this the McDouglas joint?
John. It is Mick and John
John,
Harper.
John,
John
John,
Harper.
the answering machine. So what day is it on?
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. It is June 16th, I believe. Is that a Friday?
Yeah.
June 16th. Yeah, June 16th.
I shouldn't be
It
going
is at
there.
a
Well,
sketchy little area near the airport in
no,
Columbus.
well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks before possible government shutdown. I don't think I should be going anywhere.
It's at a brewery.
I know. I'm just trying to save money.
And the reason I'm doing this talk there is because it's kind of like one of those things that you'd want to do at a DEF CON underground track because you
Yeah.
don't want it recorded.
Yeah. I'm less, and Adrian's gonna get mad for me saying this, but I'm less into having my talks recorded.
Yeah, I
don't feel like I can really talk about dark stuff.
right.
Um,
And this talk's kind of dark, especially the content of the website. I don't want to give too much away. I
is
could
it
talk
Adult
about more
Friend
of it.
Finder?
It is somewhere along those lines,
Fuck.
yes. It is not that website, but it is close.
Bondage.com.
You're getting warmer.
Oh, okay. Now I'm just afraid. There was a guy years ago
But
who
that's
did
yeah.
research based upon the Adult Friend Finder bots, the bot accounts that are out there, and he would engage them in
There's a whole
conversations.
Netflix thing on it.
Do what?
Oh, they'd engage them. The bots?
Yeah, he would engage the bots, and then he was doing like he was trying to see if the bots was trying to get information out of him that would be something they used for social engineering. Because apparently
Oh,
bad
okay.
guys write bots and put them on the site.
Yes.
So it was interesting. I can't remember who
I
it
was trying to
was or
watch.
what it
I was
was.
trying to write a Tinder bot for a while.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out how to do that, but that's really difficult to do because you can't have Tinder as an app anywhere
It's a
in a
closed
VM
API.
unless you. It is. So I wanted to try and
It's a violation
get
of
the
the terms
bot to
of
work on
service.
my phone or get a VM of a phone OS to work on my laptop, and I was not smart enough to figure out either of those.
Well,
So
here's the thing: is it is a violation of terms of service. They caught you do it, they ban you. So you've done all that work for
I don't
nothing.
care.
Yeah, that's a lot of work just to
Just
get it
spin up another account.
throw it out the window.
Oh, I'm sure I'm
That's so
violating
big.
this site's terms of service too. It's going to be great.
A lot of people are writing Twitter bots, and I find them kind of boring.
Yeah. No, this bot is actually. So I have a friend of mine that has all of the dumps from like adult friend
Oh,
finder.
okay, I know what you're talking
And
about now. I think I know what you're doing toward.
yeah. Okay. So I want to scrape all of that information and put it in with his information. So it'll all kind of tie together. So I'm not getting any passwords or anything, but I am getting usernames and ages and locations and other potentially harmful and identifying information off of these accounts and tying them up one-to-one with the information he has off of other dumps.
Josh Duggar, age 29, location, yep. Arkansas.
Exactly.
That sort of thing?
Yep. And he likes to be a bottom, and he goes to these events that let people tie him up and beat the hell out of him.
Interesting. So that's interesting research.
If I could get it any further, I'd really like to do DEF CON Underground Talk, but it's a little late to submit CFP because it's already closed.
Yeah, I'm skipping DEF CON again this year. 25 years in a row. I've skipped it 25 years in a row.
You're serious about this?
Well, it's always a money thing. I can't break my streak. If I go, it'll be the last one. It will be canceled. Right. So Brooks Brothers.
I actually met a pretty cool guy yesterday that actually runs the swag group. He's been to every DEF CON but 1 and 3. That is a great question.
Who was it, Romer?
I cannot remember.
Was it Romer?
Pat? Who?
I know everyone's handle.
Is
it Romer?
He's from DC. No, I don't think so.
A lot of those guys that I know have retired. In fact, it looks like even Black Hat's bringing a lot of new blood because people are moving on.
Oh, so right. Brooks, I want to know how much lower the attendance is going to be this year because of all the Trump shit. I know so many people from not U.S. that aren't coming.
Oh, because of not just the Trump shit, but the whole immigration stuff. I just read where
that's what I meant. Yeah.
I just read where the European Parliament had voted to revoke visa-free European travel for U.S. citizens.
Oh.
Yeah. So apparently, our president went over there and made a lot of friends on his visit. But yeah, well, that's DEF CON's a big issue. I mean, how many people come from over the seas for DEF CON? And even people come to Derby, a lot of people from Britain, a lot of people from, well, not one person from Australia. I'm thinking of Joff. But, people come from all over the place for these conferences. And, how's that going to affect if we start seeing problems where you can't go the Chaos Computer, you can't get a CCC because you can't get a visa.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Right.
The days of open borders may be over until something changes.
That'll be interesting.
Hack in Paris, HackCon in Oslo, Norway, all of those will be affected. So Brooks Brothers was alerted of a year-long data breach. Did you see this story? I posted this story because it hits a little too close to home. For those of us who buy clothes online, huh?
Oh, okay.
Brooks Brothers. Brooks Brothers, of course.
You buy clothes online?
Yeah, I buy all my clothes online.
Oh, yeah? I can't.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know what size I wear, and I've been pretty good. I know what brands I can wear in certain sizes. But
I'm a girl. It's impossible.
I don't buy Brooks Brothers. I do buy from other online vendors that I won't mention, just because, I don't know. I don't want anyone to target me. Bad OPSEC.
Yeah.
I'll get an email from blah, blah, blah. You've won a free suit. I did actually go to Macy's today and buy 2 shirts because they were on sale. I got 2 button-down shirts. The Izod long sleeve button-down, and it was summer wear, summer weight for $20. But generally, I don't buy stuff in stores. But it just shows that all the stuff you buy online, and even though you might trust a retailer, I mean, Brooks Brothers has been around since the beginning of time. That's an exaggeration, but they've been around for a very long period of time. So it's like it's getting to the point where do I want to buy stuff online? Even if I don't buy it online, do I want to go to Chipotle? Do I want to? It's like
I stopped using my debit card.
that's what I need to do, but that's also against Dave Ramsey's tenets.
I
Pay
just use my
cash
credit
for
card and
everything.
I pay it off with my checking account. Then
No,
I only have to worry about one.
that'd be the way to do it.
Yeah.
But you have to have enough self um, control, and you have to budget well, so you know that you're not spending more than you're gonna be able to pay.
Yep.
So
Which I do for the most part.
I don't know. But how many people buy stuff online? Look at the death of brick and mortar retail.
Oh
So
yeah.
exposure is getting bigger and bigger and bigger because more people are buying more and more stuff online.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we've reached the end of the stories. Do you have anything you'd like to add?
Um, no, I don't think so.
Things are coming on short notice.
Yeah, wasn't doing a whole lot anyways. I have training. I have training I have to create.
You weren't doing anything. I wasn't doing
Oh
anything
yeah,
importantly.
I probably should talk about that too. I'm actually
Oh, you
kind of doing
should.
something important.
What are you doing?
Um, Lee and I are giving a training class. So if you are, I think that's waiting. I think they're looking at getting more seats
Lee,
open right now.
Lee
Um,
Brothers.
it is, yeah, Lee Brotherston, my co-author.
Okay.
Um, it is called Introduction to Security Threat Detection: The Yin and Yang of User Education and Technical Controls.
Interesting. Where's it going
Yeah.
to be?
So if you have a subscription to Safari Online, you get the training, like it comes included. It's 3 hours. We're doing it once in June, once in August, and once in October, I believe. But it
Awesome.
should be pretty good. Going to talk about IDS, and we're gonna, like, my half is talking about phishing and creating user education based on physical, operational, doing internal purple teaming stuff, and then Lee's is talking about deploying IDS, IPS, and writing rules.
Awesome. It sounds like great. Do you know where it's going to be? Oh, you just told me. Never mind.
Yeah.
So this isn't going to be like it's going to be an event where you have to come and pay money. If you've already got a Safari subscription, you're good to go.
Yeah, yeah. There's no extra money included or anything.
Awesome.
Just whatever you pay in the Safari subscription, which is pretty cool. I didn't realize they did all that. They have a bunch of other trainings that they do too.
That's pretty cool.
Um, it's a recently new thing that they started up like a year ago or so. Lee and I were actually supposed to do this last year, and it kind of fell through. But I'm glad we're doing it now. And he's a
That's
little
great.
strapped for time because he just started a new job, but we'll
You
get it
blow it
done.
off. You should just blow it off.
Yeah. Oh no, they already paid me.
Yeah, I'm doing an assessment right now where they prepaid, which has never happened.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I guess it makes me more motivated to do it, quite frankly. I think I work harder on it if they prepay. I do want to mention go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I've added this to the bottom of the show notes. We have an event, 3-day training event coming at Marshall University, profiling with digital evidence. The two trainers will be Dr. Marcus Rogers, who is from Purdue University. The other Mark Rogers, as I call him. He runs the Department of Computer Science and Information Technology at Purdue and their forensic science program. He's actually a forensic psychiatrist, I believe is his training. He
Wow.
does a lot of digital forensic stuff too, and he'll be joined by Dr. Catherine um, Speller,
Siegfried Speller.
Siegfried Speller, who they go into the personal characteristics and social legal factors associated with what they call cyber deviance, and this includes hacking, child pornography, etc.
You're a cyber deviant.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know that I agree 100% with the stuff they've published. I've looked at it because I've actually been working for about the past year, and this paper should be about ready to publish on the motivations of people behind Anonymous. And we looked at different actors during different operations. So what they say and what we say is a lot different. But where you're looking at through a criminal justice theoretical framework called neutralization theory, and I think they look at it from a psychosomatic sort of background. But it's $375. It's at Marshall University. If you want to attend, it's it's July 17th, 18th, and 19th, Marshall University Applied Engineering Complex, room 1232. Give John Sammons, who's the chair of my department at Marshall, just send him an email, john.sammons@marshall.edu. So it's JON.SAMMONDS. I'm sorry, there's no D. SAMMONS at marshall.edu, or give them a call at 304-696-7241. It's in the show notes, and I'll put it on the website, or on the Reboot It website. So now that I've made a mess out of our podcast,
yay.
Is there anything else you have?
No. I think that's all I can think
appreciate
of.
you coming on.
Yeah.
So
It's always fun.
I'm going to stop the
Always last
broadcast
minute.
so we can talk shit about people. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening, and hopefully be back next week with another exciting episode of Reboot It. Good night, everyone.
Bye.